How can God love me?
What is my purpose?
What happens after death?
Why do bad things keep happening to me?
Who is God?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of askGHCC. This week, we have a question before us that probably affects all of us if we're trying to live in the world for Jesus, but it was posed like this, that there are many Christian students today who are being ridiculed at school for their stand for Christ. What advice or encouragement would you have to help see them through this? Well, first of all, I would say to any of us who live for Jesus in the world that we should expect opposition of a certain degree. Jesus said in John 16, verse 33, "In the world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." There is a major clash of culture between light and darkness when a person stands up for Jesus, who is the light, in a world that's controlled by the Prince of Darkness himself. So we should expect opposition. But if our light doesn't shine, there's no way people in the darkness are ever going to see the difference that Jesus makes. That's why we're commanded in Matthew 5, verse 16, to let our light so shine before men that they will see our good works and come to glorify our Father who's in heaven. But when those works are shining and the light is shining, the darkness doesn't always receive it well. That's why Peter said in 1 Peter chapter 4, "Do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal that comes upon you as though something strange were happening to you. But in the degree or the measure that you suffer as a Christian, consider yourself blessed." Peter began to teach the people that if they're really living for Jesus in the world, they should actually take encouragement when they see the opposition, because they know the opposition isn't against them. It's against Christ that is seen in them. And it should be an encouragement that Jesus is actually working in our lives and God is using us to make a difference. But he also said, don't ever get confused about this. Don't go out there as a meddler or a troublemaker and stir up trouble or be a jerk or an idiot and think that because people retaliate against you that somehow you're serving Jesus. He said that doesn't count. That's not what this is about. But when we are living for God, shining the light, loving people, standing up for what's moral, proclaiming God's word, calling people to account, exposing sin, is all those things that light does. Peter and Jesus both reminded us there's going to be opposition. They treated Jesus that way. He said, expect they'll treat you that way. But when you feel or experience that opposition, understand the encouragement that comes, that I'm the one who's really working in you. It's my light that is shining. And it was to encourage us to keep going, doing the right thing, and knowing that that bit of suffering that we get in return is helping us to identify even more with what it means to walk with Jesus Christ.
How can God love me?
What is my purpose?
What happens after death?
Why do bad things keep happening to me?
Who is God?